Hey guys, what is up? I'm back, and today I'm gonna tell you guys about my trip to Italy. Um if y'all didn't know, I went to Italy at the end of 2024 and came back the third day of 2025. Reason behind it is because my school's marching band, we were invited to go march in the Rome New Year's Day parade. So I went with the band and we took a trip to Italy and we did a bunch of other stuff while we were there. So, yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to pretty much give you guys a whole rundown of how the trip went. So, we left on Friday, December 27th, on 4 different flights. So, we all arrived at different times, and some of us didn't have so smooth experiences with our flights because the airlines were just not doing a good job. So yeah, so we all somehow got there sometime on Saturday the 28th, except for one group that didn't show up until very early on the morning of Sunday the 29th. So, but yeah, for the groups that did show up on the 28th, we did like an orientation thing, and then it was kind of just like, it was just like chill time so we could like get acclimated to a new area. And yeah, so Saturday was pretty chill, and then Sunday they had to move some plans around because of that one flight group I told you about that got in like very early that morning. So they ended up canceling our concert that night because we had a concert in a church that night, but they ended up canceling that because like everybody on that group that arrived earlier that morning did not even have their luggage with them. So it would have been nearly impossible to like actually be able to do the concert. So they did that, and then we didn't start our tours of the city until later. So like we started them around 10:30. But yeah, so we did like a panoramic tour of the city on a bus. It's about an hour, and then we like got off and like walked around some other areas. We got to go see like the Spanish Steps. We got to see the Trevi Fountain, which is a very big fountain. But yeah, and we just got to see a lot of other cool landmarks around Rome. And one thing to note about Rome is most of their streets are like paved with cobblestone, so it's like very uneven. So you have to like be careful when you're walking around in that area. But yeah, so we did that, and then we kind of had some free time that afternoon where we just kind of hung out and kind of wandered around and did our own thing. And then we went and had dinner at a restaurant that night, and then yeah, and that's pretty much all we did on Sunday. So now Monday we went to Pompeii. So it was about a 3-hour bus ride there, I want to say. Yeah, it was about 3 hours. So we took the buses down there, then we had lunch, and then we walked around the Pompeii area. And I tell you, that place is, like, it is cool. Like, if you're ever in Rome, or, like, if you're ever in Italy, I highly recommend you go try and check it out. Like, it is such a cool place. Like, you get to see all the ruins, and, like you can even get a really good view of the volcano. So, yeah, like, I was able to get a picture that had, like, the volcano. Like, you could perfectly see the volcano in the background, and it was cool. So, like, yeah, so, like, we got to walk around Pompeii, the old ruins. We kind of saw some different things, and yeah, it was just really neat to see, like, the old ruins and, like, learn about learn about some of the history behind it. So yeah, it was really cool. And then so if you're ever in Italy, I highly recommend you try and explore Pompeii, because it is a very cool place. And then basically we took the bus back to the hotel, which was about another 3 hours, and we had dinner, and that was about all we did on Monday. So let's move to Tuesday. So Tuesday we did oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Oh yeah, we did the catacombs on Tuesday. So there's like some old catacombs underneath Rome. So like we were able to go walk around in those catacombs where you could like see some of the really ancient tombs like that the very early Christians were buried in. You could see some of the tombs that the popes were buried in. So it was pretty cool. And like, yeah, it is very small inside there. So if you have a fear of tight spaces, I don't recommend it. Like, it's not terribly tight, but it's still tight enough that, yeah, you probably get a little freaked out if you were afraid of tight spaces. But I had fun. And like it's really neat how, because like you go into a room and like you just see a bunch of tombs on the walls, and like each tomb has like a marble slab in front of it with like the information engraved in it. So that was cool. And then after that we went to a place called Frascati. It's like a little town just outside of Rome. Like, when I say little, it is actually like quite small. Like, but yeah, so we went there and we had lunch, and they were doing like a little festival thing there, so we got to go do a little performance there. So we played some of our stands tunes, and then the drumline did a little show that they were practicing. So that was a lot of fun. And then we kind of hung out in Frascati for a little longer because we had a little bit of time afterward. And then after that we went to dinner. It's actually at a pretty cool restaurant. So yeah, because like it was like almost like underneath the street. It was cool because you like go down into the restaurant. So that was cool. And then we went back to the hotel that was Monday. Hold on, I'm getting my days confused. No, wait. So we went back to the hotel for dinner on Tuesday. I think it was Monday, it was Sunday. Oh my gosh, I'm getting my days so confused. Yeah, Sunday we went to this cool restaurant that was like down below the street. And then, so then we went back to the hotel, kind of hung out, had dinner, and then we had like a little New Year's Eve party. So that was pretty fun. And there was another band staying in the same hotel that we were in, so we kind of did the party together. So that was cool. And yeah, that was pretty much all of Tuesday. And then Wednesday was New Year's Day. So we got to sleep in a little longer because everybody was probably up pretty late the night before. So we got to sleep in a bit longer. But I think we got up around 10 o'clock-ish. We went and had breakfast, and then we had to go get our uniforms on because that was the day of the parade. And then we loaded the buses and went out to like the parade area, like where it would start, and then we kind of just hung out there for a while. Like we went and took a group picture, but then after that we kind of just a lot of standing around waiting for the parade to start because we were closer to the back of the parade. So like, even though the front of the parade started moving, we had to wait for quite a while before we actually started moving. So yeah, but the parade was about 3.5 miles. Took us about 3 hours to do the whole thing. If you want, I will link the I will attach the link to the live stream of the parade if y'all want to see it. But yeah, so the parade was really cool, and we got to do a little finale afterward. That I posted the finale on my channel, so if y'all want to go look at that, y'all are more than welcome to. And yeah, so Wednesday was pretty much the parade. And then we went to dinner afterward. It was quite cold while we were at dinner because we had to sit outside, so it was cold. Okay, and now we get to Thursday, which is probably one of the craziest days, because we did the Colosseum, the Roman Forum, and the Vatican all on the same day, which was pretty crazy. So we started the morning by doing the Colosseum, where we went to the Colosseum and we were able to walk around, see what the Colosseum looked like. And what I found really cool was the floor of the arena part was they had removed it, so you could see all the stuff underneath it, and you could see how they got stuff into the arena. There were these elevator shafts that they would bring the stuff into the arena with, and then you could see where all the seats were, and yeah, and you could see how one side of the Colosseum wall was taller than the other, which was really cool. And I guess this was because emperors and popes kept removing parts of the Colosseum to use for other stuff, so it eventually started making it so that one side of the Colosseum was taller than the other, or at least the wall, because there was less, because they had taken so much of the material off the wall. So yeah, so that was really cool. And then there was a bunch of other history about the Colosseum, and yeah, and apparently, so this is kind of crazy, but apparently they would mop up the blood from the floor of the arena with sponges, and then they would sell it, because apparently they thought that drinking blood or drinking gladiator blood was they thought it had healing properties in it, which is kind of crazy to think about. But then again, we're talking ancient Rome here, so yeah, I just thought that was crazy. But yeah, so we did the Colosseum, and then after that, we went and did the Roman Forum, which is almost like a park type thing, but yeah. But yeah, so we went and kind of walked around the Roman Forum. We didn't have a ton of time, so we kind of had to make it quick, but we were able to see some of the old buildings and some old ruins and stuff in there. It was pretty cool. Yeah, but we didn't have too much time in there. And then after that, we went to the Vatican, which is the world's smallest country. And we were split into 6 groups, and they kind of had small groups go in at a time, because you can't I guess we weren't allowed to go in as one big group. So yeah, but once we got in there, we kind of went through a museum where they had a bunch of different stuff, and a bunch of different statues and things, and the tour guide told us a bunch of information about the area, so it was really cool. And then we got to go see the Sistine Chapel, which was pretty amazing. Considering that one painter painted the whole ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, was pretty crazy. It's too bad we couldn't take pictures in there, because it was a pretty awesome place. But if y'all ever go to the Vatican, I recommend you check it out, because it is just it is so cool. And then after that, we went to St. Peter's Basilica, which is one of the world's biggest churches, and it's still an active church. Like, I didn't think it was still an active church, but it still is, so that was really cool. But, like, you can, like, walk around inside the church and see all the different things. Like, there were some, like, altars, there were some statues of people, but it was pretty cool. Like I got to touch quite a few things. Like, you could, like, touch, like, the original, like, pillars that held up the big dome of the church. And, yeah, so that was really cool. And then after that, some of us went down into, like, the crypts where, like, you could see, like, some of the people were buried. It's, like, underneath the church. But you could, like, see, like, yeah, but it's pretty cool. You could see, like, some of the old, like, you could see some of the people who were buried underneath, and then, yeah, and then after that, we kind of just hung out in the Vatican for a little bit. Just kind of took a little bit of chill time, and then after that, we went to dinner, where they actually had live music for us, which was pretty cool. And yeah, so that was pretty cool. And then, yeah, so then we all went back to the hotel, and yeah, the rest of the evening was pretty much just, like, packing stuff up, making sure we had everything together. And then some of us flew out very early Friday morning. Like, my flight left at 6 a.m. in the morning, so it was early. But yeah, so, yeah, and then we just flew back to Atlanta. I think we were the first group back, or maybe the second group, I don't remember. But yeah, so, yeah, I mean, it was a pretty amazing trip. Like, I would have never imagined that I would ever get to go to Italy, but, like, it is such an amazing experience, and, like, I treasured every moment of it, and it was just an experience like no other, and, like, it was just so much fun, and, like, such a unique place. Like, yeah, but yeah, I totally recommend visiting, because it is such an amazing place. But yeah, so that is basically the story of my trip to Italy. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you have any further questions about anything that I've talked about in this video, feel free to drop them in the comments, and I will link the live stream from the parade down below in the description. Alright, guys, I shall see you guys in my next video. Bye.